Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode for the Coaching Conversations podcast. Now, we are on Stitcher, we are on iTunes, and multiple different channels. Please check us out. Now, one of the things that you'll get out of our podcast episodes is a lot of content, a lot of strategy. It's not fluff, it's not concept, yet we really want you to engage with the content and let us know your feedback. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If there's topics you'd love to have us address, we would love to share them with you. Let us know your impact and let us know your feedback. Recently, our company's embarked on a very cool endeavor, and that is our own custom tool using artificial intelligence to measure coaching conversation skills. Now, with that being said, I think it's a very interesting opportunity for us as a company, but people have asked me, my own people inside my own company have asked me, so why are we doing this? I said, you know what's interesting? The more I think about the concept of AI coaching partners, so we're actually calling our tool Coaching Pal, and it is the pal of leaders who really want to become great coaches, whether it's a live conversation or a simulation or a role play. We're actually going to measure people and give them insight to where they're making an impact conversationally and where they potentially could be maybe even interrupting trust, interrupting a relationship that they're having with an employee or somebody that they're coaching. With that being said, I think AI is an incredible tool. It's an incredible tool. Yet we tend to think of AI in very, I would say, broad brushstroke, manic descriptions of, well, now it's going to replace all the human interaction. No, I actually have a different relationship with it. I think AI is going to help us with human relationships. So the other day, somebody asked me to come up with something, and I'm like, oh, I don't have time to do this. I'll do it tonight. All of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute. So I asked ChatGPT for some advice on something, and I'm learning how to use the prompts. I'm getting better at using the prompts. I always thought that was kind of like, what do you mean prompt engineering? What does that mean? The fact of the matter is, it means a lot. When you know what to ask for, when you're telling ChatGPT to be an expert and come up with, 7 specific strategies that, and then you fill in the challenge, it does a great job. It frames it out for you. Does it really embody everything that I wanted to say? No. And it's the same thing with coaching. So when I think about somebody going to an AI tool, and we've built them, and we have an AI tool, and oh, by the way, we're going to build this AI tool and it's going to replace human-based coaching. I disagree, because at the end of the day, we got to be very, very careful. Very careful. I just had this with somebody just about 2 weeks ago where somebody said to me, we're going through this huge change transformation. We're going through all this stuff. And I said, our leaders are going to be asked a lot of questions. And the person said, yeah, he goes, yeah, we're going to get hit with a lot of stuff. And he started to talk about tactically. Well, maybe we could come up with like a repository of what to say, like scripts. I said, oh my gosh. When somebody is talking about being replaced with technology and you're scripted, what's your first impression when I said that? He said, mechanical, insensitive, not empathetic. I said, yep. So I'm going to ask you a question. He said, what's that? I go, hey, is my job being replaced by AI? Is my job or career in trouble? And he started to talk like, yeah, I know those will be some of the questions. I said, no, I'm asking you right now. And I put him on the spot. Good guy, good friend, client for a long time. He said, well, Tim, you're kind of putting me on the spot. I go, that's my point. Our leaders are going to be put on the spot. Coaching conversation skills are vital, and we have to be really good at them. Let me give you another one. Let me give you insight. And if you're interested, send me an email at tim@progresscoachingleader.com. I'll send you the first glimpse of our scoring tool. And the idea behind this is the following, is that when you are having conversations with somebody, and I was just in a meeting, and I was watching 2 people talk. We were at the table and we're kind of having a conversation, and you could tell the 2 were getting heated with each other. And what was really interesting is the language was, I believe, really kind of stoking the fire. This person kept saying, yeah, but, and kept interrupting the other person. At the end of the conversation, I said, do you mind if I share with the two of you something? Sure. I said, what I hear you saying is you agree that this problem exists. Would that be safe? And they both wanted to start talking. I said, no, it's just a close-ended question. He said, well, yeah, we do. I said, okay. You agree that the problem is there and that it needs to be solved. Well, yeah. I said, okay, so you're actually in agreement, but you slightly disagree on how to solve it. They said, well, yeah, but I said, no, don't say anything. I said, would you agree there's multiple ways to solve it? They said, yeah. I said, why don't you do this? Take two solutions from each person and test it, but test it not to get the other person, not to show that your solutions were right, but to see what will really work versus trying to be right now. And they both looked at me and said, oh, that's a great suggestion. The waters calmed. Now, it doesn't always happen like that, and I don't want to sit there and profess, look at how great a coach I am. That's not my objective of sharing that with you. Yet, they were so emotional. They got so morphed into, I got to be right. It's got to be my idea. They weren't even having a conversation. They were talking over each other. We all make that mistake. So when you think about AI can actually help you become a great human-based coaching conversationalist. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.